Please take your seats and turn your attention to the stage. Here to kick off this morning's presentation, please welcome our industry breakfast sponsor, Hook CEO Brian Johnston.
Beautiful. Hey, good morning. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the ICAST breakfast. I guess this is the kickoff for the week for the actual trade show. As I was thinking about what I was going to say last night, I ran into Glenn at our event party, and he and I were talking about both of our histories in the outdoor industry, sporting goods industry. I've been blessed to work at a lot of different places. I've been the CEO of Hook for about a year. And one of the things that strikes me about this industry is community. And what you all have here, do not take for granted. I've been involved in the outdoor industry, the winter sports industry, and the golf industry. And categorically, if you talk to your friends, if you look at the outdoor industry and the winter sports industry in general, their trade shows have largely gone away, and their community has gone away, and the industry suffered. And conversely, this past January, I was at the PGA show. They had record attendance from both manufacturers and retailers. So it's important that we're all here and that we're all doing everything we can do to, fuel the pipeline. We need young retailers, we need young people fishing, and you can't do it alone. As much as we all think that we're big brands. So I'm happy to be here. It's super fun. I watched the show yesterday, and it's my first time here, so I was pretty blown away by what I saw. I am here on behalf of Hook, so our shameless plug for the morning is Hook's alive and well. We had our best year in 2025 that we've had in 5 or 6 years. We've had a great first half of the year. We've made a lot of changes. If you haven't come to see us in a while, please come by, even if you're trying to figure out what you're going to do. But we've really doubled down on innovation and product. If you haven't seen our flip-flop product, it's I come from some of the shoe industry. It's definitely an industry trendsetter. And then the last thing is, I think most of you in this room would know Casey Scott, who's out here in the audience. Obviously one of the best artists in our industry. We did something I think pretty amazing. We took the back 50 feet of our trade show booth, and we allowed Casey to basically bring a full art gallery like he would have in Miami or at one of the boat shows. So that's open for everybody. It's on the outside of our booth. Again, I'm really excited to be here, and God bless this industry and God bless our soldiers. Have a great week.
Fishing and boating connect people to our waters and to each other. From early mornings on the lake to afternoons spent on the river, these moments create memories that last a lifetime. But behind every cast is a commitment to healthy fish populations and strong aquatic ecosystems. Through the Sport Fish Restoration Program, federal excise taxes paid by manufacturers and importers of fishing equipment, along with a portion of the motorboat fuel tax, are reinvested directly into fisheries conservation across the nation. These funds support the science, research, and management needed to sustain more than 200 species of sport fish. Using sport fish restoration funds, fisheries professionals conduct hands-on research to better understand and protect fish populations. Biologists collect fisheries samples through fish sampling, trawl surveys, electrofishing, and other on-the-water monitoring methods. They measure growth rates, population health, and habitat conditions, gathering the data needed to make informed management decisions. This work helps identify challenges early, protect vulnerable species, and ensure fish populations remain healthy and resilient. Coupled with fishing license revenue, these funds are used by state fish and wildlife agencies to monitor and manage fish populations, restore and enhance aquatic habitat, support hatchery and stocking programs, improve access for fishing and boating. Together, these efforts sustain fisheries while supporting outdoor recreation across local communities. It's a partnership built on shared responsibility. Excise tax-paying manufacturers, anglers, boaters, scientists, and conservation professionals working together. Because when we invest in fisheries management, we're investing in healthy waters, thriving fish populations, and the future of fishing for generations to come.
That's a great video highlighting the American system of conservation. Good morning. It's a privilege to attend ICAST, and most importantly, to thank this industry for supporting our conservation success story. The funding provided by you all does more than create great days on the water. It helps conserve the future of sport fishing. Through the Sport Fish Restoration Program, the excise taxes paid by industry are reinvested by state fish and wildlife agencies across the country into fisheries management and access to our water. This year, the funding is nearly $443 million. That investment supports 320 hatcheries, 9,000 public boating and fishing access sites, and the management of more than 200 sport fish species. On behalf of the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, thank you for your continued investment, your innovation, your commitment to this partnership, and most importantly, putting smiles on faces. Have a great show. Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the stage the American Sport Fishing Association's chairman of the board, Dan Ferris.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to ICAST 2026. Before we get started, I want to take a moment to thank all of this year's generous ICAST sponsors, especially today's industry breakfast sponsor, Hook. Also want to recognize the dedication of ASA board of directors and committee chairs. They all play an important role in championing and supporting the vision of the association. So if you're a member of the board or a committee chair, please stand up, be recognized. Starting in October, during the annual Sport Fishing Summit, 4 of our ASA members will assume their new role on the board of directors. Frank Paul King, President and CEO of Temple Fork Outdoors, Robert Shamblin, Vice President of JL Marine Systems, Kelly Long, Vice President of Communications at Rather Outdoors, and Michelle Gandola, Director of Marketing at Okuma Fishing Tackle. Give them a round of applause. So sadly, I must report, during the past 12 months, we've lost several members of our fishing community, and these are people who've made a huge impact on our industry. So let's take a moment of silence to remember Jim Murphy, co-founder of Reddington and longtime Hardy executive, Flip Pallett, outdoor TV personality and a pioneering figure in American sport fishing, Bill Healy, co-founder of Viking Yachts, Tom Newstrom, fishing guide from Minnesota, and Dion Hibden, 1997 Bassmaster Classic champion. Thank you. So, what is ICAST? Well, it's the International Convention of Allied Sport Fishing Trades. By the way, don't feel bad if you didn't know the exact words behind the acronym. I even had to look it up, so it's a mouthful. But it's also the world's largest fishing trade show. And there really isn't even a second place. That's true. It's also the largest gathering of fishing professionals anywhere in the world. Also true. And for me, it gets at the heart of ICAST. It's fishing professionals, people who make their living in sport fishing. It's about the people and the energy created when once a year, the sport fishing community comes together for a week of in-person engagement. For some of you, it's all about writing business. What was the line I saw on the ICAST website? It was tight lines for bottom lines. I like the line. I wish I'd written it. But for others, ICAST is an opportunity to meet with your sales staff or media groups. Still others love to learn what's happening in the industry or keep abreast of the best business practices. But for everyone, it's an opportunity to engage with the sport fishing industry. Raise your hand if this is your first ICAST show. Quite a few hands. So, welcome. I hope your first show here is as exciting as mine was. Okay, raise your hand if you've been to at least 10 ICAST shows. A lot of people. 20? 30? 40? Anybody been to 50? Oh my God, I see a few hands up. We got Peter Foley, we got Jimmy Houston, we got Bill Dance, Bill Shedd from AFCO. Let's give them all, those are lifers. Look around you. The connections you make here can turn into business ventures, collaborations, and maybe most importantly, lifelong friendships. Take full advantage of the opportunities ICAST offers. Whether you have a great show largely depends on you. Don't just attend. Engage, ask questions, share your ideas. Your engagement is what gives ICAST and the ASA strength. Strength to work on your behalf to fend off attacks on fishing regulations, equipment, and access. And you better believe that there are people and organizations who do not share your interest in recreational sport fishing and are doing whatever they can to undermine it. It gives us strength to fight the battles, to help the ASA help you on Capitol Hill, and to grow your business, and to help grow this amazing industry that provides us all with a good living. A couple last thank yous before I leave the stage. I want to thank you all for allowing me the honor of serving as chairman for the past 2 years. They've passed quickly. Come October, we'll be represented by a new chairman, Jeff Kolodzinski of Johnson Outdoors, who will no doubt do an exceptional job. Also, thank you to the ASA staff. They've worked especially hard this year to make sure that you have the best experience you've ever had here at ICAST. And with that, I wish you all the best here at ICAST, and I'll see you on the floor.
ICAST 2026 is already underway with more to see, more to do, and more ways to connect. The week kicked off with Lunkers and Bunkers, On the Water, the new product showcase preview reception, and the new Meet the Market, bringing manufacturers and retailers together early. In just minutes, the show floor comes alive with show specials, new products, new ideas, and the brands shaping what's next in sport fishing. New this year, ICAST Live brings programming, product stories, conversations, and new product showcase winners directly to the show floor. Retailers also have a new home base, the Retailer Lounge, a place to recharge, connect, and plan the day. You'll also find the new Women in Angling Lounge, the ICAST pop-up shop, networking and special events throughout the floor, the new Product Showcase Awards, and the new and improved Party for a Purpose. Everything happening this week is right at your fingertips. Scan the code, download the ICAST app, and make the most of the show. ICAST 2026.
Give a warm welcome to the president of the American Sport Fishing Association, Glenn Hughes.
Good morning, everyone. Great to see all of you here at ICAST 2026. As you can see from the video, the ASA team has pulled out all the stops to make this the best ICAST ever. After all, the show is owned by ASA members, and we'll never forget that. Okay, so we're here to celebrate fishing and the sport fishing industry. And each one of you has the ultimate responsibility to support and protect its future. At ASA, we've been doing our part. All year long, we've been producing informative webinars and providing valuable new research and trying to help our members and retailers run a better business. This spring, through our Fish America Foundation, we gave $100,000 to retailers to help them recruit and retain customers. In May, we participated in ORR's National Forum on Health and Outdoor Recreation to promote mental and physical health benefits related to outdoor activities like fishing. Last month, we held the Million Pound Challenge to clean up our waterways. A special thanks to all the ASA members who participated in that great cause. And just last week, to help commemorate the nation's 250th anniversary, we launched the 250 Great Places to Fish in America. It's a wonderful way to introduce others to fishing and give good ideas on where to go and even direct them and retailers where to get your product. Of course, I must highlight our government affairs team, who advocate endlessly for conservation and access to quality fishing, as well as support trade and commerce efforts. That included our new Keep America Fishing event in Washington, D.C. this spring. Ask anyone who was there and they'll tell you that it's a must-attend event for next year. In May, we went from the high of celebrating a nice red snapper season in the South Atlantic and a longer season in the Gulf of America with Governor DeSantis to being completely shut down in the East Coast. And just 3 weeks ago, we had ASA members and partners join us in D.C., where we held 30 meetings with members of Congress to discuss workable solutions. But we need all of you to get involved. Please help us in our fight by scanning this QR code and committing your support to Keep America Fishing. Whether it's red snapper in the southeast, striped bass in the northeast, salmon and tuna on the west coast, trout and bass and other species across the country, or dealing with tariffs and other trade issues, you can count on to allow and always fight for you, your right to fish, and to help you sell your fishing products. Thanks for your support. Need more time to get the QR code? You know, when you think about fishing, it's not just a sport, it's a lifestyle. And it delivers more participation than just about any other activity in the country. Let me give you an example. How many folks in the room here watched some of the World Cup? Most of you, right? How many of you actually went to some of the matches? A couple. I know, Bruce, you went to 4 of them. I'm proud of you. Do you know that since June 12th, the U.S. has hosted 75 World Cup matches across 9 different cities with a total of 5.3 million seats sold? That's not bad. Compare that to the 57 million people, Americans, that went fishing this last year. That's right, 10 times more people fish than went to any of these World Cup matches. Sorry to deflate the soccer bubble. Let's talk a bit more about who these anglers are. ASA is contracted with the Outdoor Industry Association to produce the same research that RBFF has presented for the last 18 years. The data shows us that over the last decade, the number of Americans over the age of 6 that went fishing increased from 46 million anglers to 57 million anglers. That includes 18 million first-time and reactivated anglers in 2025 who didn't fish in 2024, and that's pretty good. But, and it's a big but, there were 19 million, 19, that fished in 2024 who did not return in 2025, and that's bad. The number one reason that people said they stopped fishing because they said it was boring. Sounds like they just went with the wrong people. And they need an invitation from you. Just ask them. That's what I do. I would love to share more details, but we really do need to move on. You can find the 2026 Special Report on Fishing at asafishing.org. Now let's tap into what these anglers are buying. ASA has contracted with Circana, the leading expert on POS data, to provide our members with a quarterly report. Remember, these sales figures represent point-of-sale data from big box and chain stores, including Walmart and Bass Pro and Academy and Dick's and Shields and many others, which makes up about half of the industry, about $3 billion worth of retail sales from last June through May. Also, about the same time that those tariffs kicked in last year. The largest category of retail sales these stores over the past year is actually through the lines, lures, and terminal tackle at about 38% of the fishing business, followed by rods and reels. If we look at each category, you'll notice that while unit sales are down, the average price per unit is up, and therefore the total revenue increased over the last 12 months. There were some bright spots. Unit sales increased for soft baits and live bait and jigs, and fluorocarbon leader actually jumped about 20%. But there's a big drop in hard baits and spinner baits. Most rod and reel categories also saw a drop in unit sales due to tariffs and the double-digit rate increases, which ultimately generated more total revenue across most of the reel and combo categories but the standalone rods, not so much. We will share the latest Circana quarterly report with ASA members. Indulge me for just another minute. I'd like to talk about the most significant anniversary of our lifetimes. We are so blessed to be celebrating America's 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. In 1776, while the nation was being founded, fishermen were helping sustain it. Recreational fishing reminds us that some traditions are bigger than any generation. Over these 250 years, Americans have turned to water for food, for fellowship, for adventure, making fishing America's favorite pastime. Today, we're fortunate to work in an industry that offers so much joy and participation while supporting 1.1 million jobs, delivering a $230 billion economic impact. No other activity can claim that kind of staying power. Thanks for being a part of it, and happy 250th anniversary, America. Thank you very much.